chase my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Steph. How are you?
Morning. I'm doing good. Happy New Year.
Right? We've got a whole year ago, we did some bingo cards. And actually, I totally meant to revisit these over the summer. And then I'm like, you know what? It got away from me. We're going to revisit them now, and we're going to do new bingo cards for 2025. I can't honestly believe it's a new year already. Like,
Oh, I know. It's kind of depressing.
and it's like, I don't know if it's the old person in me or what, but I'm like, where does the time fucking go? Like,
It's the old person in all of us.
It
And
is.
even teenagers are saying that right now. I just think it's the consensus.
like I felt like it was just, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's fine because New Year. Did you make a New Year's resolution?
I never do.
I mean, I do every single year, and then it's the second. I've already deserted it. I
See?
mean, like,
Okay, exactly. Like, why am I gonna sit there and be like, I'm gonna do this? Because I know I'm not gonna. Like,
Well-
maybe swearing less. Maybe that'll be mine. Swearing less.
yeah. So
'Cause I
that'll
wanna
last
work
a
with-
day.
It probably. I can do it. I just have to really be good about it. And I want to work with kids, so
I get that. See, now I think it's the second. I know you're supposed to like start a resolution. I really haven't made one up even yet.
Yeah.
So like, I want to get more out there as far as regular content goes. Like, even if I'm just clipping videos, I think that's going to be my resolution. Like, everybody's is always like, I'm going to get 10,000 steps in a day. I'm going to get healthy. And I'm like, I'm just going to make a video once in a while. Like, kind of
But you
lazy,
mean,
but
like-
you know what?
but you mean like edit a video, like not a live? Because
Yeah.
I know that, you know, that you're a very regular content creator.
Yeah, and I don't even mean necessarily like sit down and script a video and sit here and record it. I just mean like cover a topic before I play a game and then clip it later on.
Gotcha.
Robert said read more comics should be my resolution. I
Or
feel
less.
like on my 2025 bingo card, it's going to be like my channel completely devolves into gaming and no comics. Like that, I don't want that to happen, but I feel like it is. It's about to happen. It is.
I do too, but I also know that, you know, a lot of I think it's split 50-50 where your community is gamers and then the other half is real hardcore comic book people, you know, and so some people I know still want to see the comic book stuff. I like the video game stuff, but that's just me.
Well, and I don't mind doing the comic book stuff. It's the problem I have is I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna read a comic. We're gonna cover comics on Monday, and it's Friday, and I'm like, 1 hour of Nikki Infinity turns into 2 hours.
but like, is it just because you can't find anything that's like really got like inspiration to it that makes you want to sit down and like read a comic?
There's some better stuff now. Luckily, like in October, they started doing the Absolute Universe, so that helps when it comes to like DC comics and there's some good indies still out there. I got myself so far out of the habit.
Yeah.
I gotta like force myself back into it.
I hear ya. Like I not so much comic books. Like I like to do the PTM with Robin, and therefore I don't have to read. But like,
He will LARP it for you.
and I'm good with that. Like that's why I like it so much, because I don't have to read it. And the like when I've just been picking up more books, I started a Stephanie Meyer book, the woman that writes Twilight, and I just can't get into it. But the quickness with which I read that's the new not mocking, but Hunger Games book. Like I couldn't put it down. I didn't want to put it down. I was like, if I was sitting in the car for 5 minutes at a light, I was like, oh my God, I can't read. Like, I want to pick my book up while I'm driving. Like, so, that's how I feel, at least for me with reading. Like, I just can't. I'm not even, I think I'm on still the first chapter, and Stephanie Meyer just introduced it's the main characters, and there's like a pretty creepy age gap, and I just don't read it now. Like I just don't, because I also sat through Twilight and watched Forever High Schooler that could have just gone to community college pick up a 17-year-old Bella, and they get married. Like, so like that takes me so out of books. So comics are stale, or they're not as good as they once were. There's not an indie you can get into. Like I get that it's just like I rather play Stardew.
Yeah. Wait, do I sound funny to you?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. It's Tony. To be fair, I never know whether or not he's serious or not, but I mean, my mic has been a little funky lately, so I had to ask. I seen a book the other day, and so remember when we did the Britney Spears one?
Why are you crying, sir? You never cry. Yes.
He wants attention. I seen that her little sister actually did a book also.
Yes.
And I'm like, maybe we should look into that, because I don't know if they did an audiobook of that one or not, but like I would be very curious the other side of the story.
So I don't know if she delves into a lot of the Britney Spears stuff. And while her book was coming out, because I watch a lot of creators that were in the Free Britney movement or part of it, or really.
Right.
So like anytime Jamie Lynn Spears comes up, they're like, fuck that bitch. Like, don't read the book. Because so I haven't actively gone to look for it, but I've been interested to. Paris Hilton book I wanted to read as well.
Yes.
On audiobook. And I am. So maybe I do have a couple more resolutions. I already started reading more, and like if I could just find 4,000 Suzanne Collins books, because I think she's a phenomenal writer, and I love Hunger Games so much. I can't get into Stephanie Meyer. Stephanie Meyer, you suck. Could you stop making them 26 and 17? I'm done with that shit.
Oh my God. Gary says, of course, Stephanie Meyer books are trash.
Well, okay. To be fair, I asked my sister-in-law for book recommendations, and she loves Stephanie Meyer's. So I was like, yeah, couldn't you have picked something different? But I was, with all the gusto, I was like, yes, I will try to read it. I didn't know it was going to be this daunting of a task.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I could get, like, once I get that age difference and it starts to get creepy. I get, like, when you're in high school and you're dating an older dude, it's like,
cool.
Yeah, but like when you're an older woman and you're reading that, you're like, this is kind of creepy. I feel like there's a predator in this book.
Well, that's like when you get older, you just realize all the things your parents were telling you as a kid are true. Thankfully, I never was with an older person when I was younger. But I know plenty of women, it's like, oh, these college guys, and they're like still in high school. And I was always like,
yeah,
what do you have in common with you? Like what? Like, are you helping them with their homework? Are they dumb?
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, to be fair, probably. But I get it. It's awkward, and it's like it was always like seen as like prestigious to date the college guys, and like. But now I'm looking back, and I'm like, they were definitely taking advantage of you. Like they definitely were. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt about that at all. And it's always just a cycle.
And Hooded's right. It takes two to tango. But if you're doing a 15-year-old, you're a sick fuck. Yuck.
It does take two to tango. I understand that, but there's also nuance to that.
Yeah, there's a power imbalance, and yeah. Yeah. Ew, 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 ew. Oh goodness. So my bingo card's absolutely terrible. I did terrible. I am not good at predicting things. Let me bring this up here. Wait, I wonder if you can send me yours so I can
go
too.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. I was just about to. I found it on my. Thankfully, I am a lazy streamer, and I don't stream as much as you, so I just went right onto my page and was like, "There it is," but I couldn't find it on my phone anywhere.
And that's what I did too. So I actually thought, okay, this is gonna be easy. I'm just gonna type in 2024 underneath the bombshells like playlist, and I'm like, I'm gonna find it right away. And then I had forgot that we basically did some extra, like afterwards we kind of like refined it. Yes, and I'm like, okay, shit. So I had to go back on my community page and go back to a year ago, and I'm like looking at my old post, and I posted so much about Suicide Squad, like so much.
Oh yeah, so much.
But I mean, I did love it for a moment.
Loved it. I loved it. Now, not so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, MK will surpass SF in quality. That's gotta sting, huh?
Yeah, that stings just a lot. Just a lot. Like, okay, so I wonder if I can let me see. I'm gonna edit and see if I can like put X's in here. I don't ever use my. Okay, does that let me? Yes. Okay. Whoa. So I got that one. Colleen Ballinger did not return.
Yes, she did. You just don't know about it.
Wait, did she?
Yeah, she's been vlogging.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Right?
I had no idea.
Yeah, she does more of like I don't watch her content. It's just every now and then I see somebody talk about her and they're like, yeah, she's been vlogging, doing like mommy type crystal girl vlogs, and she like is like, you know, spiritual girl now, so
okay,
that's a thing.
Okay, yeah, well, I'm surprised. I usually when somebody returns, like I feel like if Cody Co were to return, we would definitely hear about it.
Yeah. You know, it flew so under the radar, kind of like I heard about it for a literal second, but it's like collectively, I think nobody's even watching or talking about her, and that's what we want. That's how you actually cancel a person.
Yep.
And she tries. I mean, she does try. She was at a high school with her husband. That was the biggest thing I've seen. And she was at a high school with her husband. Somebody took pictures because her husband was getting some type of award from the school. And she was there, and the high school students were like taking pictures. It was right near me. It was in Connecticut. And yeah, that was the thing. And people were like, why is Colleen Ballinger in my school? Get her out of here.
Right? Like, I feel like the only reason we were even talking about her last year is because of how cringy that apology thing was.
That thing, exactly. And people are still like, you know, when there's an apology now, they start up with the toxic gossip train. And it's so funny. We collectively as a society all like to rag on her.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. I definitely didn't get my creativity back, but you know what? That's my what's it called?
Cross
New Year's resolution. There we go. Oh God.
That's a good one.
The culture war ramps up. I feel like that's pretty subjective, right? Like, I think I could make an argument that it did, especially when we're looking at like the more recent stuff with like the Game Awards trying to call Siri ugly.
Dude, when we have, like I know you know more than I do, just because you are in more of the game spaces than me on YouTube, and I'm just not. So like when we're watching the Game Awards, I didn't think much of it. Maybe it's just my blondness, and I just wanted to think this. I mean, I thought Witcher looked great. I mean, we all knew Siri was gonna take over. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
We all knew Geralt was. We all knew it, and so like I really didn't think it was gonna be the uproar that it actually turned into, and so it has gotten much worse. I don't know if it's at its peak. If it was, it got real bad last year. Just like you couldn't do anything without people being like, oh, she's got black curly hair, but she always had blonde straight hair. Oh my God, it's so woke. Like
it's mind blowing to me, especially that one, because the whole time I was like, holy shit. She looks like $1,000,000. Like she's a 10. She looks great. They showed that little scene in the beginning where like we see that girl's side boob and like nothing was woke about that. Nothing whatsoever. And I was like blown away at the quality, and everyone's like, she's ugly. I'm like, well, you're gay. Clearly.
Clearly you just went like I was quite surprised. I thought, and like when they went into it and they were showing like the beginning of it, I was like, fuck yes, I know this is Witcher. This looks so good. Like, I know CD Projekt Red has had some missteps. They did Cyberpunk, right?
Right.
And so they've had missteps, but that turned into a great game. Like,
had a lot of people love it.
Yeah, had the community just let them delay it like they knew they should have done. They were gonna get fucking backlash regardless. But CD Projekt Red, they're really great, and it's gonna be a great game. I don't fucking care what people say. It's gonna be a great game. Reese was all crazy in the chat. Oh, I want to play her just so I can kill her.
I know, like 6 feet under. Oh my God. I think he was trolling us, but still. Maybe.
No, I think those are his true feelings. Because then all of a sudden the next day, that was a lot of incels' true ass feelings. Sorry, I'm not calling you an incel.
I was about to say, did you just call Reese? That's funny.
No. I'm just.
Also, I missed your super sticker. Thank you so much.
Oh no, my volume.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, nope, didn't win my first tournament. Ripaverse will change ISOM title, or we'll find out its license. That did not come true. I just did terrible. Mass amounts of Steamboat Willie media. I mean, there was a couple, but I put mass amounts. I feel like that's
we were gonna get more.
Yeah,
and even all of the what do you call that? Public domain stuff.
Yeah. And there's like a little bit with the I don't even know what they're calling it. The Winnie the Pooh Monsterverse thing, like with Bambi and a couple of those other ones, but like I expected more. I really did.
I did too. I'm trying to think. There was there's nothing that I thought it was, some public domain things were just gonna be too crazy. The nostalgia bait's really crazy right now, and I can't take it. Can't fucking take it.
I hate nostalgia bait because I always fall for it.
My friend Allie does too, and I love her to death, but I'm just like, I know what they're trying to do. Stop it. Sometimes it works though.
I feel like the rise of the indies I can give myself for the simple fact that like I feel like a lot of the games that we talk about or the books that we like that I read when me and Robert review comics, I feel like they're better.
No, I think you're right. I think
and I feel like a lot of
games
people
too.
are, yeah, especially with the games, because I feel like people are taking notice of kind of the formulaic bullshit we get from AAA studios, and like the very safe shit we get from AAA. So they're like, you know what? I'm gonna check out Devolver. I'm gonna check out this studio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go look. Like, I just feel like that one I can give myself.
Yeah, that the AAA fatigue is it's been ramping up for years now because I think it's just finally getting to that point where people are like, no, we're good.
Yeah.
I saw fuck. Was that a dream? Or was that real? I saw a game. No, it was real. I saw a game and I didn't get to fucking record what I was watching, but I wanted to send it to you because it looks so cool.
Do you remember what it was called?
No, because it was TikTok. This guy has been working on this game for a long time, and it's like a little mouse. I don't know. I have to find it.
And then we got Trump will win. I knew that, and that's actually when we thought Biden was running. But I mean, it ends out the same.
Yeah,
that was pretty.
Yeah,
easy.
I think you called that. I think that I wouldn't have had it because I don't think I put any
political shit.
Yeah.
Robert said idea PTN and Bombshells crossover going over Tank Girl. I'm down. I've talked about wanting to look into Tank Girl, so I'm down. Joker 2 underperformed. That's an understatement.
That is such.
Then that's when I still had hope.
Can I tell you something? This is so embarrassing. I remember watching Joker, right? Like now I remember watching Joker with the husband. We sailed the high seas for it. Comes out on HBO stream. I go, oh, Joker. We didn't get to see that.
No.
That is how shitty Joker is. I had seen it months ago. Couldn't remember one significant thing from that movie that I was like, oh yeah, that's right. We watched it. Not one. He's sitting here like, Steph, he's like, not mad at me, but he's like, what's going on here? We watched it.
Oh my God. See, the reason why I think it was at least memorable is because it was so bad. Right? Like, you remember the terrible.
I couldn't remember one significant thing about the movie, Tris. Not one.
It came in 2 seconds.
Someone just gray washed them. And then I remember some of the, because we don't normally watch a lot on the internet. You know, we have so many subscriptions to everything. So it was just like, I'm sitting here like trying to be like, okay, well, I remember we watched this movie that day because that's when we watched Deadpool and Wolverine. Mm-hmm. Another movie I forgot I had seen.
Oh my God.
All those that came out that I wouldn't necessarily say excited for. I had forgot I'd seen Deadpool and Wolverine. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I remember now. But to me, that wasn't a great movie either.
Yeah, it was mid as fuck.
It was mid as fuck.
Did you hear that, Todd? It was mid. No, I'm just kidding. Justice League will return to DC with a huge name. Yep. Okay. I had to ask Robert in the chat because I couldn't remember. It was Mark Waid. So I got that one. Yara will outsell Alpha Core. Fucking bingo. I got it.
That's awesome.
But that's it. Because I don't know what I meant by Matt Rife. I know he had been like in some controversy around that time. So maybe I meant like he would get bigger or he would get canceled. It could go either way. Neither one of those things happened.
Yeah, he just came in and went. Mm-hmm. That's basically what it was.
Like, I have not heard of anything since he did that like Netflix thing. And then, okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I think I got that one too with the Justice League one. I got a Culture War one.
Whoa! Did you just turn into a robot? Okay.
Did I?
I don't know. It could have been me. Let me share this one instead. How do I do this on this? I can do this. I swear, guys. Hold on, wait. Okay, I do that. Okay, leave without saving. That's fine. Now I share this. Okay, I got this. It's a little blurry, but it does the job.
Celebrity cancellations we will not see coming. Cody Ko was on that list.
Oh my god.
Beast.
And he still has yet to return. That's crazy to me. I say like he's gonna wait for that moment where it's like a year old. Like maybe not. Maybe he just got enough money.
He probably does.
Samuel said, speaking of Yara and Alpha Core, were you the ones who got Eric July to quit YouTube? Okay. So Samuel sent me this morning. And I start looking into it, and people are claiming that Eric July has quit YouTube, and basically, like, he's gone, and it looks like that was all a lie. Like, saying I'm gonna step back and not do as many streams does not mean somebody quit YouTube, right?
Yeah, right. I hate that.
He streamed like every single day of the week, like. Going from 7 streams a week to 1 does not mean you quit. It means you're focusing on 2 different things, probably.
I mean, I might not like the guy or think he's a great person, but like, why do people automatically make that jump? Because that happens a lot where people are like, I'm taking just some time for myself, and just right off the bat, people are like, they quit. But like, there are plenty of YouTubers and streamers that are like, I'm done, I'm quitting, I'm out, peace. You know, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, they'll be back.
Yes, exactly. And the funny thing is, the video that Samuel had sent me this morning was from Actual Fandom, and he's just this, like, you know the term woke scold?
No.
Okay, it's like somebody that is so woke that they see racism, sexism, misogyny. They're just the worst kind of extreme lefty possible.
Yeah.
And that's what kind of person he is. And he's like, I got Eric July to quit the internet, guys. I got it. I think I was the first person to ever criticize Eric July. Like, I'm just like, this guy is the worst. Like, this is brain rot for me. Like, where's Stardew? Come on now.
I have to say, I am addicted to that game. Like, when I'm not playing that game, I'm thinking about that.
You are in that perfect sweet spot.
But there's a serious problem with that sometimes. Like, what was another game that I was just like, I didn't want to put it down. It's pretty recently. I can't think though.
Is that Island maybe?
Oh yeah. Look at you. That exactly. I could not. And then the new Hunger Games book. Like, I go through those periods, but I'm in year 3. I just started the summer of year 3, and like, can I tell you that I'm not even level 2 fishing yet? And I
hate fishing. I know
you 100% need to fish, and I'm like trying to find like how to cheat fishing.
So here's the thing. I did not start leveling up my fishing till year 4. I can say the exact same. Exactly. I fucking hated fishing. So I also discovered, and there's nothing you can do about it because you're playing on PlayStation, a cheat on PC that makes it instant catch.
Fuck you.
And that's the only way I got good at fishing.
Oh, fuck you. Because I know that you weren't you using a faster mod?
Yeah, and I was using a faster mod and the fishing one, and then like also when I got further along, like in year 4-ish area, I would use a mod that paused time so I could do all like my chores and then go about the day.
You.
I know it helps so much.
Fuck you to you, because I need that. But I was already like, oh, I know she uses a faster mod, but she's on PC, so there's no way But do you get the training rod as well?
I don't.
Or is that
ever-
a PlayStation thing?
No, you got the training rod. I just never really used it because you don't get good fish with it.
You get the same 5 fish.
Yeah,
But like it is good to
train yourself.
it's not really good to help because it just handicaps the rod. It's not teaching you to be better.
Can you upgrade to an iridium rod yet?
I mean, don't I have to actually catch fish?
Yeah. Okay. That's the best advice I can say because with the iridium rod, you can put on different lures, and the lures, like, there's one that's really good that actually goes up and down with it, or there's one that makes it so it doesn't bounce at the bottom. So it's such a pain in the ass to get there, though. Like that I love every part of that game except for the fishing.
Fuck the fishing. Anybody who this is a call to arms. Somebody help me the fuck out. Get me a fucking PlayStation mod.
No shit, that would be so cool.
I know, right?
That would be so cool. Yeah, the fishing is terrible, and the only way to get better at it is to, like, for me it was to use mods, and like the iridium rod, I didn't need the mods though. So like there is hope at the end of the tunnel, but you've got a ways to go before that.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, I've got all the fucking ores, basically. And then the desert, do you ever go into the cave in the desert
I
at
mean,
a certain level that you want? Or do you always have to start at the beginning?
you kind of have to start at the beginning always, and then you'll find, like, holes you can, like,
well,
go
yeah,
through.
Yeah.
But the desert, I never got to the bottom of it. I don't even know if there's a bottom to the desert one. That was just like getting materials, basically.
Yeah, and dying a lot. Well, me.
Well, yeah. Oh my god, I died so much.
I fucking it was so bad. Oh my god. And then the stupid ass prismatic jelly only took me a full fucking week to finally get that shit. Because the generation of it all. And then you look online, it's like, go to floor 5. It only spawns here. And then I'm in like level 80 or 90. And I found the prismatic jelly. The bitch is dying. And then all of a sudden some bat swoops in. I'm going to use some health. And the bat kills me. And I'm like, this game.
And you know what's great about it is I got to the point where I had done the community center, and I'm like, this sucks because I think I'm done with this game. No, you have a whole nother island after that to explore too.
Ooh.
It's so fucking awesome. Gary, he says, idiots like July will never be happy. I mean, that's fair, but I just thought the whole situation was funny that
I mean, that could be said for both sides, though.
Yeah, and I just think it was funny. People were like, yeah, we ran him off the internet because we're so cool. No, you did it.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's still a person that wakes up, that deals with shit that we all deal with. Even if he's not a good person, like, he's not Hitler.
Right, exactly. And it was mostly like, I want to focus on my comic books, so I'm going to scale back a little bit. Like, I can't hate that.
Yeah, because... I mean, maybe some of the constructed criticism like got to him about the whatever. I don't even remember what the name of that was. Thank you. Because it was so terrible and you could see how rushed it was. So maybe he was just doing too much. Too much was on his plate. Fucking good for him then. Take a step back.
Maybe he's realizing it. Okay, so we got predictions. Conspiracy theory will become fact.
Aliens was one of them. But there's something and I just can't put my fucking Diddy.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's perfect.
Conspiracy theory out there. Boom.
How did I do this? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, how did I do this before? I can't remember.
I love
I
love the
I feel like there's probably more too.
Yeah, there is aliens. That was a thing. It's been a thing.
Younger generation will shake up politics. Okay. I feel like there's two sides to this for sure because they have.
Yes.
They definitely have. Like, they're people in younger generations are getting more into politics very quickly, but they didn't shake it enough in order to get Kamala. So I'm still mad at them.
It was like, I mean, shake up can go either way.
Exactly.
Because I think that what we thought a lot of them would do, they didn't. Because let's not forget, Kamala wouldn't talk about
Palestine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a bit, or let anybody talk about it.
Biggest thing.
Indie Rise, boom.
Boom.
I love the way this is worded. Earth is ghetto, and the aliens will try to talk to people. The whole Earth, we're in the ghetto, guys.
Earth is ghetto. It is. That was just me being like, I think that in our universe, Earth is like, the place you lock the doors to the rocket.
Yeah.
You're like, nope, some shit's gonna happen.
You even put the fucking chair in front of the door and shit.
You go through red lights because you don't want to sit.
Oh my god.
That unfortunately remains to be seen. Gotta say, can't get an X on that.
Samuel said Gen Z overwhelmingly voted for Trump, especially Gen Z men. I mean, I can see that they feel displaced by the Democratic Party. I definitely can.
I can too.
Public domain fatigue. We both had that. No.
Yeah.
It's coming, guys. It's coming. Celebrity cancellations that we won't see coming. Ooh, let's think here.
Well, we got Cody Co.
Perfect.
Half of Mr. Beast. That wasn't a full.
That was but that was also very unexpected because he's such a philanthropist.
Yeah. And then on the opposite side of that, people who have been so hated by the public, like Trisha Paytas being on SNL.
Oh, wait, she was?
Yeah, and that was like her dream. And like, I don't think she's a great person. I think she's done some shit, but haven't we all? And but I do think, but I gotta be proud and happy for her because David Dobrik, all the people that put her down and put her into a box.
Yeah.
They're all fucking shit right now.
She was also, if I remember correctly, she was also in Katy Perry's music video.
Yes.
That terrible one. But I was still like, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The SNL thing was really awesome because that was like something she used to talk on Frenemies about. And Ethan was always a dick to her about it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watch H3. I don't really watch them anymore.
No, I don't really. The only time I ever watch them, I used to love them, but they also, it seems like they're just surrounded by controversy anymore, and I'm like, ugh.
Well, it's like Ethan surpassed that. You have to be a yes man around me, and that's what started to get me because Dan started being like his little bulldog, and I hated it. And I was like, no, because I would watch it on repeat. Like I would just watch H3, and then everything. I like Hassan. I think his I think he's really a great creator and just like person in politics. Hassan Piker. And then when I kept seeing that Leftovers was like they weren't really doing it, and then they were. I was like, oh, something's going to happen. Yeah. Something's going to happen. And I would take Hassan's side over Ethan's because Ethan has been very vocal about Palestine.
Well, and there's only a couple things with Hassan that I don't really care for. Like, he's having on, oh my God, it just slipped my mind. I knew what it was. The pirate people. The terrorist group. Oh my God.
Oh, ISIS.
And having them on and like entertaining them, like not even like pushing back. That was a little weird to me. There's a couple things that he's done, but I watch his clips way too often.
Yeah. I didn't know that because I watch him, but not like super.
Right. I will go viral. Okay, wait, did you get 100 subs?
No.
Did you get 100 followers on TikTok?
I'm up to 250.
We're counting it. We're counting it.
TikTok is not YouTube at all. But I appreciate it.
Matt Rife steroids, not plastic surgery.
That was my conspiracy theory. Nothing's come out about that though. So.
Okay. Yara will outsell Alphacar. We got that one. Oh my god. Do the Razzies they have like a Razzies for video games? Because we could count it.
Did they really?
No, I don't know. But I just feel like that could be a thing.
That could be a thing, yeah. We should look that up.
That feels like that's a thing.
Man, why did it have to go downhill so quickly?
I know, and there was such hope, but in the next one too, MK staying for a long time. Street Fighter will peak and lose fans.
I mean, that did happen. Half of that did happen. Street Fighter did lose some fans, and they were going to different things, but not in the way that. No, MK is a mess.
I was shocked. So they did the Clive from Final Fantasy 16 for Tekken, right? And I was like, okay, James, yes, MK is still and I was like, okay, I'm gonna download it again, right? Because I want to check out if it's better than I remember. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna check it out. So I went into the customization thing, right? I was shocked at the amount of I've played a lot of video games, and I have never seen that many microtransactions in a game ever. Like, it was crazy stuff. It was the battle pass. Okay, this hair is really cool. I want this hair. Oh, $4. Oh wait, these wings are really cool. I want these wings. $4. Like, I have never seen that, and maybe it's because I don't play AAA like shooters or something like that as much, but there was so much microtransactions, I had to like put it away. I'm like, I know this is predatory.
Yeah, that actually hurts my heart, because like that feeling that like, ooh, this looks cool, I'm gonna get it, and it's like, nope. But you get so disheartened when it's every single thing. Like, I don't play a lot of games that actually have microtransactions. Just mobile games, and I know I'm bad. I have spent hundreds on my mobile games. I am not a perfect person, but that's why I like looter shooters and things like that. I would lose my fucking account. I would just spend.
I know, and there's certain things I don't mind with something like that. When it's free to play, I don't mind it. Like this season for Infinity Nikki, free to play game, huge open world game. I love the game. Battle Pass, I'm like, I don't feel terrible about getting it because it is a free to play game, and that's the only thing I'm gonna spend on it. But like, when it's in a game that you already spent $70 fucking for,
yeah, it
feels weird.
I have to check that out. Is that, what are you playing that on?
You can play it on PlayStation.
Are you playing it on PC?
Yeah, I'm playing it on PC, but I just because a lot of times I don't get the PlayStation, so I'm like, you know what, my computer's mine.
I gotcha. So the is there any co-op to that?
No, not yet. It is something that is coming. I guess it's in the like roadmap for the game, as far as I understand. But that would be very cool. There's also a new game that came out on PS Plus that is a more co-op, cozy-ish game. It's called Temtem. I've never tried it before, but it looks like it might be fun. We might have to look into that one.
What was it? I saw something about about that cat game that was on the Game Awards.
Oh, Catly or Cat something? Did you
Yeah.
see that people were saying it was AI slop?
Yes. I think that I think it's like I saw something about how they were marketing that game, obviously, because they do it to all the games, like a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those situations where it got pushed back, then you didn't hear from it. But yeah, I heard people kind of complaining about it, and I was like, but
I
think
know it
it's
looks so
cute.
pretty. It looks so pretty. But if it's really AI slap, then I'm not gonna be somebody that like indulges in that. I'm hoping it's just people like jumping the gun.
Yeah, I don't know either.
That would never happen online. Never ever.
No.
Gary said, "Isn't Suicide Squad $70 game with microtransactions? Nothing like Tekken. Like I never had to spend a single dollar inside of Suicide Squad for what I wanted. Like you could buy Joker early,
Yes,
but you didn't
And-
have to. You could
and
just get
Docs
him.
did,
Yeah.
and that was peak for us, Suicide Squad, when Joker was there. I really loved Freeze, but yeah, he just didn't want to grind because we were all getting on together. So he
Yeah.
had to have Joker, which is
Yeah.
fine. And it wasn't that much. It wasn't like spend $20 to get Joker.
Exactly.
It was like,
Exactly.
It was like 5, maybe 10. And again, we do pay for microtransactions, but the thing is like Suicide Squad, anything you could buy, you could also grind for.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, you don't want to, but like you have the option. Like you don't have to. And on top of grinding for it, you're doing more for your character as well. So
right, you're getting the XP, you're upping the levels, and like you don't. I didn't have to spend because you get the battle pass with it too, and you got a battle pass token for the first season.
Yeah.
So that was free. And then if you did the battle pass, you got enough for the second one. So you never had to spend another dollar on that game, period.
No.
If you didn't want to.
I had fun like turning my brain off a little bit and just playing and going into the same things over.
And it's such a shame. It's such a shame because the mechanics of that felt so streamlined. They felt good.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame that they couldn't work out the kinks. Todd says Fortnite is much worse. That is true. Gotta get them V-Bucks. But if they bring back Jinx and Vi to the shop, I mean, I'm gonna have Jinx and Vi. I'm just saying.
And Roblox, bad.
Oh yeah, Roblox.
But you can again play anything in Roblox and just grind a bit. Even though I haven't been on in a while, and I played stupid things like pet simulators.
See, we played Dress to Impress because, of course.
Did you?
Yes, it's so cute.
It was like a big thing, that was like people were loving it. That just like kind of overwhelmed.
But that's another thing with the microtransactions. Like they have a whole section of the free clothes where you could, you say you get your theme and you get your free clothes. If you walk into this other room, it's like only for $4.99. You can get this whole room, and I'm like, fuck you! I want that cute skirt.
See I wish those games, because I don't have kids around me anymore to know what's really going on with Roblox and Fortnite and stuff. So I just know my tiny niche gaming experience. But I loved some of the simulators and some of the things where you just kind of grind and have a fun time and you're running back and forth. But I know Dress to Impress was a huge thing within the community, and it was you went on the runway and stuff, and
yeah, it was super cute.
And I love the things like that are getting you're inside playing games, but you're getting people together to have
exactly. James said I have family members hooked on Fortnite. I'm concerned. I mean, I get it, but it could be like I don't hate Fortnite. I don't play it a lot. But like they've also got, I guess, this Lego mode I've been thinking about. I know they've had it for a while. I went into it the one time and I was like, I don't know what this is. But then I'm hearing a lot on it from like cozy-ish casual gamers talking about how it's this really cool like sandbox mode where you can make cool stuff. So, I mean, I might check it out. I don't know.
I keep seeing, I don't know what it is, if it's YouTube that I'm seeing it on, but it's talking about the Lego Fortnite stuff. I keep seeing it. So,
Yeah.
like, and I've never downloaded that game, not once.
Fortnite?
Yeah. Never played it.
Crazy.
Never downloaded it. It does not interest me whatsoever. Like,
is it like the battle royale concept you don't like?
I suck, so yeah, that's partly
Yeah.
it. And,
that's fair. I suck too.
And it's those communities. Like there was a COD period in our life a long time back, and I just think I know I have serious PTSD from playing with other people online, so I just actively stopped altogether. DC Universe was probably the only servers I could go into and not
feel degraded afterwards.
Like, I mean, we're gamers. I've been gaming for a long time. Only recently was it like, ooh, girl gamers. It was always like gross girl gamer. Like, yeah. I was like a leper, and or I was a fat bald guy in my basement of like I was. It was either I wasn't real, or I was gross as fuck, and so. But COD, all those types of online games gave me serious PTSD, so I will not go back. Like, those kids are terrible. I know they are. I don't have to go into Fortnite to know they're terrible.
Oh yeah. And I've noticed recently, because I played it a little bit over the break, that it is also more filled with bots now than I ever remember. Like, they're just either that or I've gotten better, but I'm assuming I didn't, and they're just bots, just like not real people at all. I'm like, is the game slowly going downhill and they're filling it up with bots so that it can look like there's more people playing?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's the more I think about things like with bots and with, they're just, I don't know, my brain goes like, sorry, Tev, that was me on the account that I'm never on. I just had to switch out real quick because I'm never on the Verified Villains account. I was like, oh shit, blue picture.
Did you see, and I don't know if it was just me, but like over the break there was stuff going around about the dead internet theory when it comes to the bots?
No.
It's basically this theory that like you interact with more people that are bots and not real people. Like, it's like 60-40 bots on the internet. And then right after all that came out, Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Basically said they're going to start introducing bots as people on their platforms. Like, try to make them a real thing. And I was watching a Moist Critical video about it because I'm like, why? What's the point of all these bots online? Is it for advertiser dollars? Like,
yeah, that, and I don't know what noise I just made. I'm sorry, guys. That and, well, advertiser, just this, if you go into a party, right? Even say you go early to a party and you go in and there's 2 people at party A and there's 100 fake people at party B. You're more likely to stay at party B. Okay. Even though all those, they're fake people and they're going to leave by like 7:30. because that's when party A with the real people, the authentic people, the late motherfuckers, that's when that's gonna pop off. So like that's how I feel about it, that like so rarely does authenticity reward you right away, that fake shit is so much more looked at. And like especially with kids see, you know, Mr. Beast, fake stuff.
Yep.
They see, you know, it's that, you know, you just always have to be like, what doesn't, not everything that glitters is gold, you know?
Yep.
Like, and it just nowadays it's more like, I don't care if it's fake. Like the whole Drake and Kendrick thing, you know, oh, I don't care if he has ghost writers. And it's like, well, guess what? A lot of people do. I get that. But like, it is the mere fact that he can't string together words to express himself, because that is what the art form was about.
Right.
If you know anything about hip hop and the fucking, what is it, 5 elements, and if you know anything about rap and just poetry in general, writing in general, you don't want to see that, you know, William Shakespeare had other people writing for him. You don't want to hear that. And I have heard that. But so that's my 2 cents on the fakeness about it all.
Well, and Todd said Fortnite, I feel like this was low-key a dig at my skill level, but you're right, I suck at Fortnite. He said Fortnite added bots for newer players, and that makes sense, because if you're going into a lobby and every time you go in, you get just absolutely decimated, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to leave. So if you have these terrible bot players and you go in and you're like, yes, I got 3 kills and I got 7th place, and you're going to keep coming back. So that does make a lot of sense. Also, Todd called me bad. I am. I just think it's fun.
Yeah.
To a degree.
I mean, even like Hooded, but the conversation I think works for anything, because you could go to a WWE event and you could go to a oh my god, why am I blanking on the name? Like what are those indie fucking wrestling events, like where they have them in your hometown, and
where they have them like at your high school auditorium?
Well, she's like, these kids are throwing chairs. We just paid in our taxes for that. But so like the conversation goes for a lot of things, like whether in like games, comics, you know, it's so you see numbers climb, and that's what you go for, and that's the main conversation point with Drake. His numbers, his track record is phenomenal. I'm not saying that. But his authenticity, he like Kendrick said, I make music that electrifies them. You make music that pacifies them. That is perfectly said in so many things. You know, AAA fucking games right now, they're trying to pacify people, and they're failing. And they're doing
the safe thing. Yes.
Look at Rivals. Couldn't Suicide Squad have been Rivals? Like, the fuck, couldn't it?
Oh my god, could you imagine how fun that would have been?
Those things, like, all I'm seeing is how great Rivals is and how amazing it is, and how this little thing here and that little thing there, and oh my gosh, did you catch the dialogue on this person with this person at 12 o'clock at midnight? Like, it's crazy.
Yep. And that I feel like, and I know I've preached about this a lot, but you've got that conversation of like when I had Joseph and Reese on, we were talking about games. I tried to get them to talk about games. They only wanted to talk about Star Wars, but you know what? It is what it is. I feel like the conversation with AAA gaming is of twofold. It's either super safe and formulaic, or it's games as a service. And people are getting sick of that. And that's why we both were correct, like having indies rise up. Stardew Valley, I know we talk about it a lot, but it is probably the most successful indie game ever created. It was created by one person.
Yeah.
One fucking person.
Yeah. And their inspiration, obviously, from a lot of games, because what I see in Stardew is the games we were built on, like the foundation of gaming as a whole. Stardew is built on things like Breath of Fire and Final Fantasy and things like that, and that is what hits home for people. You're not exactly nostalgia baiting people. You're just using what you grew up with and making your own out of it. That's just art.
It is, and it's crazy because oh yeah,
mythologies that were told in their own lens in a Dark Souls game. Like, you could call them indie as well.
Yeah, definitely. And the funny thing about that, we were talking about that the other night on Jackbox, right? And Raymond left a comment. Maybe it was on that stream or it was on the diversity debate. But basically, to my understanding, what Raymond was saying is that Kratos was accidentally in the game. Like, not accidentally in the game. How do I say that? He wasn't ever based off of the Kratos in mythology.
Yeah, well, okay. So, I'll nerd out with this. I have this big ass book. Kratos is like not even a full page in the book. Kratos is what Kratos is, just if you had gone into a parallel universe where Hercules wasn't a big deal, because Kratos is Hercules on a small scale, just like was it Jason in the Argonauts or whatever, or Odysseus, things that, like, they have all their own, all these places, like Crete, all these places had their own small dude that was like their Hercules. It's just Heracles for the nerds out there. Hercules was just like the Drake.
The Drake, there we go.
The Iron Man, the Captain America, the Superman. So yeah, Kratos was kind of his story, but they just put the gods in a little bit more. That's basically what they did. They made him a bigger deal to the gods, like Hercules was to the gods, because Hera tried to kill him. And I love God of War. I could talk all day about it.
That's what I find so funny about this conversation, right? Is that
yes, they didn't know that.
Right? Yeah, it is that there's so much outrage when it comes to small things like that, but Kratos wasn't even based off of Kratos in mythology. These liberties get taken and nobody cares. But when it comes to like something simple, like, I know people don't like sloppy seconds or whatever, but the race swapping of Agrabah was not this crazy big thing. Like, it's also weird to me when it comes to the culture war. I try to understand people, and that's why I like having conversations like with Reese and Joseph about stuff like that. But then my mind can't wrap around it because I'm like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, to you.
Yeah.
And me. But like, there are people that it is a big deal to. And God of War 2018, I don't think was poised to be as big as it was. Mm-hmm. I've talked about how I was protesting.
Was that 3?
No, it's more like 1 million. But technically, it'd be 4.
Okay.
Technically, it'd be 4. But I protested it because T.C. Carson was original Kratos, and they fired him really, really screwed up. And so I didn't like that. And oh my God, I love that picture. And so I was protesting 2018 for that reason. But seeing a new God of War come out with Norse mythology, I was gonna I told the husband, I was like, listen, I'm gonna pick this apart. And I did. And there's Freya, and there's two of the almost same goddesses, and so they took that again, they made it their own, and I really enjoy what they did with the Norse mythology. I enjoyed it so much. The only problem I had was that his son is Loki, but that's just because Loki is like, he's Loki.
Right, he's the trickster.
The wolves that he has are also his fucking kids.
Right.
Like, so that's, I wasn't, but I'm excited to see where it's going. Still so excited. Still love Norse mythology. That show Chaos. Oh my God, I'm devastated because that was to me in shows and movies and stuff, my favorite adaptation of Greek mythology.
See, and that's crazy because I never really got into like Greek mythology and stuff, but I feel like all I know is from the God of War games. And like, remember the Disney movie Hercules?
Yeah.
I was obsessed with that movie as a kid. I fucking loved it. Like, I loved the designs, the music. I would listen to it all the time. So like my whole thing when it comes to Greek mythology is video games and kids TV. So yeah. I never, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's so far the opposite of that.
Yeah, like it's not accurate at all. Like
that is where I hold my only true nerd card is mythologies. That is the only thing that I actually have a true honorary nerd card. Because like video games, I don't know everything. Comic books, I know barely.
I feel like you know a lot about video games, though. You just don't give yourself credit.
I feel like you know more than I do, to be honest with you. Like you were like, oh yeah, people are gonna complain about Siri, and I actually was like, how can they?
Right,
it was coming. Like I was just looking at it purely logical. It's not that like it was some swap. We knew Siri was coming, even if you watched the shows. The fuck, guys.
Right, and even when it comes, and then that's another big thing. They're not beholden to the books, so it is a different story. Even though people pull that card, like, well, in the books, a woman can't be a Witcher. Well, this is different. Yeah. I get it, but it's different.
But that's why Siri is Siri, and the books, let's not forget, were written in the 70s.
Oh, 80s? Probably. Yeah.
So like the whole, when Lord of the Rings was popping off and The Hobbit, and when things like that were really going crazy. Wheel of Time's another one. Which I would just want to shoot myself. Apparently the 7th book is when it gets interesting. Who wants to read 7 books?
7 fucking books, and then you're like, okay, well now I like it.
Yeah, I don't even want to read what is that? I can't think of the name of the book right now, but like some of that Greek mythology shit that's like fucking eons to read. No, I've got the important facts in my book here. That's all I need. But yeah, that's that.
Oh, okay. So we went way off topic there, guys. Welcome to the channel. That's what we do.
Yeah, if you're new here.
Yeah. The Witcher books came out in the late 80s. Okay, so that's about right. Yep.
I thought it was a little newer than that, because I know that Hobbit and everything came around the same time. Again, could be wrong. I just say things.
Oh, I didn't know that. Christopher Nolan. He did Oppenheimer. I knew he did The Dark Knight, but I liked Oppenheimer too. He's going to do Homer's The Odyssey.
But couldn't they pick a different one? I mean, but couldn't they? Don't we have enough Odysseys? But yeah. I'm here for that. I will definitely check that out. That is cool as hell. I like Christopher Nolan. I think he does a really good job. Like Dark Knight is my favorite. So.
Oh yeah.
And there's so much with the Odyssey they can do. So I'm excited about that.
She wasn't talking about green eggs and ham.
There's a bucket in my pocket. I've got like 4 Dr. Seuss books on my dining room table right now because I was reading them. So fuck you.
That's so perfect. All right, we've got MK staying for a long time. No. Oh, wait, we said that one. Okay. Selena and Haley B will do some kind of a collab. Okay. You mean Selena Gomez, right? Okay.
Yeah, with all the things that were popping off. And then recently, I'm talking like 2 weeks ago, I guess, because that's my pop culture, the gossip of it all, the stars. So like, I guess Selena liked a post, which is completely not like them to like each other's stuff. So that happened. Doesn't mean there was a collab, but I think that things that people have stand for years, like them two, is going to kind of crumble, or they're going to mature in some way. So that didn't come true, though.
Okay, wait. Haley B, that's Justin Bieber's wife, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. What I'm more surprised about when it comes to, speaking of the Justin Bieber of it all, is that there hasn't been more that came out with the Diddy stuff.
I think he's hiding. I think he's doing anything he can for his name not to be, I think it's
associated.
I could be wrong. Maybe nothing happened, but from what we've seen, videos of him and Diddy like being, I mean, I've seen some things and some videos, not just like a speculation, my own speculation, but so I really think that this last year has been so silent because maybe him and his wife are like moving in the background for things not to come out, because no matter how much support you're gonna get, you're also reliving things you don't want to relive
and being vulnerable in such a public way.
I mean, he started on YouTube, guys. Like, let's not forget that. Like, and that's like a big circle moment. Like, oh my God, he was just some kid on YouTube that Usher saw. And now all this stuff coming about Usher and Diddy and all their terrible stuff. And it's like, who could have, nobody could have stopped that other than his parents. And it seems as though they didn't.
They didn't seem, I don't know. I don't want to say they didn't like care to, but I feel like you would have to be really blind to not see.
Money is
what he was
evil.
Yeah, you're right. And that's so fucked up. That's your child. Like all of those, when we covered the Nintendo, or not Nintendo, Nickelodeon stuff, right? And I've been paying mild attention since then. The one thing that floored me is, have you seen Amanda Bynes now?
Yeah. She's doing like little art things. It's cute.
Well, she doesn't look like she. I seen she was talking about getting her nail tech license or something like that.
Yeah.
And like, she's bleach blonde. She's got crazy filled in eyebrows. She doesn't look like herself. She doesn't look happy. I know a lot of it, like, I guess it was a sobriety issue for a long time. But what led her down that dark path to need to use drugs, right? Like, that's the issue. Was it her being a celebrity at a very young age? Was it what happened behind the scenes? Like, it is such a sad fucking tale that it feels like it gets told over and over and over again.
And, you know, it seems like they really were trying to highlight Amanda Bynes in that Quiet on Set documentary, because what we see now of her is like, oh, well, they tried to paint her as this perfect little, you know, goody that didn't do this and didn't do that. And it's like, well, now look at her, because things were, and her parents had a conservatorship on her too, you know, and I don't think her parents are great by any means, but they also didn't keep her on it like Britney Spears. They, you know, realized what they just needed to do was get her back mentally. I don't know. Maybe her parents are terrible. Who knows? But yeah, Amanda Bynes does not look like Amanda Bynes, and she whether it's getting help or not, it's very sad. It just so much love to these people, because never had to deal with greedy people around me. All the greedy people.
I know we've had this conversation before. I know we have, but there needs to be protections. I know obviously it's impossible to say no more kid actors, right? Because that's just not going to happen. It's not feasible. But there needs to be some sort of legislation, something to protect these children to the nth degree, because we're seeing it happen. Like, it feels like every Disney star or Nickelodeon star goes crazy for a little bit.
Well, now we've got unstoppable family vlogs and things like that. And I don't know if you saw.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
Ruby Frankie's daughter, her eldest, who's been pretty outspoken, it was in front of the legislation, I believe. She made like a speech about everything. So it seems as though we're going in that direction. But again, these family vloggers do not need to pay their kids, even though the kids are working 24/7. 24/7.
And it's crazy to me, because that brings up a whole new thing, because it's kind of like the wild, wild west when it comes to like vlogging and putting your kids out there, which I think is fucking stupid to begin with. But like, I don't know if it's a Ruby Frank situation or if there was another girl where she sold her daughter's panties.
Oh, yep. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, so, we just need witchers.
Was that Farrah from Teen Mom?
Oh, maybe, but I remember Teen Mom, but I don't know. I'm talking about a YouTuber family, and I can't remember. She had like girls where she had like a group of kids, and she'd always be like, "Oh my God, we're playing Truth or Dare. Let's kiss each other, and we're 13."
Oh, yeah. I know. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many of them that just do gross things.
Mm-hmm. Oh. It's fucked up. I just don't. Oh my God.
Right.
Oh, it's so gross. I didn't know Farrah did that too. I used to like Teen Mom. I will admit that.
Trash
TV.
It's a very popular show. I didn't watch it. I didn't.
I watched a little bit of it, and it was just like that mind-numbing, like, it's on kind of thing.
Basically.
Oh my God, James, don't remind me. Isn't Harley selling fart books now?
I saw something about that.
No.
That shit's ridiculous.
I'm not a Harley Quinn fan anymore, guys. That's not real. I never was. It's gonna be scratch and sniff to my understanding stuff.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. What the?
That's terrible. Is one of them gonna smell like roses because of ivy?
Oh my God. See, that could be a little like funny, but like I feel like they're going into like the kink of it all. Like
the kink of it all, yep. 100%.
Like they're yeah. That's what it's about.
It seems that way.
Tavia said it's gonna be a train wreck. It's already a train wreck. The fact that they announced it, oops, we're so silly. It's gonna be an April Fool's book. Let's announce it in December.
I think it's talking about it to see how the reaction is before it happens.
Yeah, I bet it never makes it to production. I hope.
Might not. It might not.
Oh my God. Only fetishists are excited. That's what I'm saying. It is absolutely a fetish book. You can't convince me otherwise. Oh my God. Big natural disasters will wake up people to the climate crisis.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
I feel like still climate deniers are still climate deniers.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, there was plenty of natural disasters, but like, was there more than normal?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. The big back-to-back hurricanes, on how just
Florida was
massive they
wrecked
were.
for a while.
Yeah. There were, yeah, it was pretty crazy because then there were more overseas from what I could see that usually aren't like that, I guess. I remember people having earthquakes in places that just it doesn't normally happen. I mean, we had
Right.
that earthquake here. We don't have a lot of earthquakes here.
It is kind of weird to me to see people that deny the climate issues. Like, it was like 70 in November. Come on now. Like, okay, maybe that's a little hyperbolic, but still, you get what I'm saying. Like, you've got it. You've got eyes. Okay. All right.
Well, yeah. Common sense isn't common.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Colleen Ballinger will try to tour again, but in a different space, not comedy.
So half of that's right. I mean, she's blogging and she's like, I'm just a crystal girly. Like that's her vibe.
I feel like that's fair though, because like she's not doing comedy, and that's what you said specifically.
I'm still not gonna get bingo though.
No, you're definitely not. Samuel said it's going to be 82 degrees here today. I'm not jealous. It's going to be 22. Like it's 22. Like it's freezing.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is right now. It's been actually pretty warm around me. For January and December. 40.
Did you get a white Christmas? I feel like
No.
No, that's not fair.
No, I didn't, unfortunately. But I will say that it doesn't normally. Usually, the first snow is in November, and so this year I've been ridiculously just not there in my brain, and so like on my saddest days, it snowed, and like I felt like the snow was snowing for me. I know it wasn't, but I mean, I felt like it was, and so it snowed twice before my birthday, which is something that doesn't normally happen.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't stick, and it was just small little snows. No, it did stick, but it didn't stay for long. No Christmas snow though. We'll probably get a bunch of snow soon.
It feels like I've been saying this for years, but it feels like the seasons have shifted.
Yes.
Right? Like when we were kids, it was November, December, January, February. We were getting snow, guaranteed. If it was like my birthday's in the beginning of November, I remember wanting to do like a bonfire, and my mom would always be like, "No, it's too cold. We can't have a bonfire. There might be snow." And like now it's like 60 degrees in November half the time. Like it has shifted so much, but you know.
We're in I don't know. I don't think you're much of a planter, but we are in a different zone. So when you plant seeds based on your zone.
Right.
And we are now a more southern zone, well, at least here. So it applies to you as well. We are in a warmer zone than we used to be in.
Aren't you supposed to plant? Isn't it the old thing like you're supposed to plant before Mother's Day or something like that?
Depends on what you're planting, love.
I guess that's true.
But yes, usually top of spring, you're supposed to at least have your seeds germinated and shit and all ready to go, and then you mess with your soil a bit. You can't have any frozen ground.
I guess that makes sense. Wait, Samuel said, doesn't that game feature a female character who's a POC? Go. Wait, what game? I'm confused.
Yeah, me too. Maybe they're talking in chat and we're
yeah,
not
maybe. Put in ask where Robert is. He's here somewhere. I don't know. Okay, Culture War hits. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Full fucking show.
So bad this year. So bad. Just annoying.
And it's always so weird to me, but like I feel like a lot of the times these like the newest thing is like Sonic is doing better than Mufasa.
I want to see both.
I don't understand why this is even a thing. Why are you pinning these two movies against each other? Like,
Because they're both nostalgia bait.
I guess that makes sense.
That's at least what I think. Because they're both a franchise that has, but again, like Mufasa is Disney Hamlet, and so like I really want to see Mufasa. Sonic is such a big deal because of how it started. No one's ever gonna forget how that first trailer started and the impact it had when they listened to the fans.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that is, Mo, wait, there we go. Mo, thank you so much. Mo sent the is that drooling emoji? So are you saying we're boring, Mo?
Probably.
You butthead. I think it's so funny also how they leaned into it, right? Like they made like an ugly sweater of the original design or like made a popcorn bowl of the original design. I love that they leaned into it.
Yeah. So, did you see the Chipmunk movie, Chip and Dale?
No.
You should. You'll really like it. But they put ugly Sonic in that too.
Oh my god, that's fucking great.
They're like in this dive bar with like characters that didn't make it, like the characters that just fell off. And I think Sonic 1 is like behind the bar or like at the bar or something. It's really funny.
Oh my god.
You have to check it out. Seriously, I know you're gonna love it.
Mo, I don't know what these emojis mean.
I can't even see it though. It's just coming up super sticker.
Yeah, I see it in the chat. It's like scared.
Oh, yeah.
Mo's just scared I'm gonna chuck corn at him. And I get what people are saying. It's Samuel said because at the end of the day, Sonic is proof of how fans can change something. But Raymond's absolutely right. It is the only example of that.
Yes.
Like it is the best example, the only time that it has worked. When else have we seen fans do something like this to make a positive change? Because this wasn't, as much as they want to make it that, it wasn't a culture war issue. It was an issue of how bad it looked and everybody uniting to be like, this is bad.
This is nightmare fuel.
Fucking nightmare fuel. It should be in an indie horror movie.
Yeah, you're gonna try to nostalgia bait us and then do it so wrong. And it still probably has to be the most disliked trailer out there. But it actually brought on change.
And I get like listening to fans in that instance worked really well. And it people loved it. It ended up being very successful. It worked out well. I honestly don't know of another time that has worked because a lot of time the backlash is not universal like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I would love to be a fly on the wall of all of the bigwigs Sonic meeting, like from beginning to end, because like I want to know who it was that was like, no, I don't care how much it costs. We're changing this. We're going to do it. And people will show up for it. And I want to shake that guy's hand. And, I'm sure he got nothing but backlash from studio. Like, I just would love to know the inner workings of all that.
Like, I also want to know, like, when they released that trailer, if they sat back and were like, people are going to love this.
Yeah.
Like, no, you saw what you made there, right? Like, because the original trailer looked like it had good music. I think it was like Gangster's Paradise and stuff. Like, it wasn't, it was just the design. And it was...
Imagine I just have to say, imagine if they did this shit all on purpose. Imagine if they knew, because it was so universally like, whoa, you know? Imagine if they knew what they were doing. That'd be crazy.
You know what? That would be the fucking marketing campaign of the year, the decade.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like sometimes they know, right? Like when you, maybe not for that instance, but sometimes they kind of curve into like Stellar Blade, right?
Yeah.
Stellar Blade coming out and being like, we're not going to ever censor Eve in her booty cheeks. Or Black Myth Wukong coming out and be like, when you review this game, you're not allowed to talk about feminism. Like, they know what they're fucking doing. They know that's going to get picked up by the culture war shit.
Yeah, and you know, it's like the Kardashians really broke that spell on people because, like, you know, just the way their reality show and everything that comes from it and the clips, like, they are just so obviously using rage as bait.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, doing very purposeful marketing campaigns, and it's like, you know, that big of a scale has made us only see that, you know, oh, you're doing this just because you're doing it. But sometimes people do it masterfully.
Well, and I think Todd has a point when it comes to that too, because I feel like the criticism of Sonic and stuff was positive. Like, it wasn't positive. I don't want to say that. It was like constructive, right? Like, this looks bad, this design choice, da 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 da. But now you've got the kind of toxic atmosphere of death threats and harassment.
Yeah, it's fucking terrifying. One of the biggest reasons, like, I don't put more shit out there because people are just so terrible, especially online. Like, how do you feel like harassing someone's job is right? Like, we've went all our lives without that being a thing.
Yep.
Like, big thing, I guess. I mean, it is a thing. There's always unhinged people. And there's, you know, people who stalk people and, you know, people who think they're dating big celebrities. It's
like
all
the parasocial shit. Yep.
Right. It's all under, you know, just the brain. And so yeah, it just coming after people is never, it shouldn't be your fucking first response.
It's weird, guys. Mo, at least now you're sending the ass. So I think with the story that Mo is telling in emojis is that we are being droolingly boring assholes.
Probably, yes, that's what I say too.
That's what I take from it, Mo.
Your opinions mean ass. That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. All in emojis. We got you. We can translate. Derek says, I miss being allowed to criticize people without being a villain or having a dude next to me an ass. Culture war is so god awful. It's actually very weird to me. Okay, so I got to tell you this new one that I seen, right?
Yeah.
And it's gotten to a point where it's like you're always on the attack or on the defense. But the new one I seen is about Nikki Infinity, right? So you know the design of the character, right? You know that you're playing as a character. It's not a self-insert.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you need to know. There was a video that came out, and now I'm of two minds about this, and I'll tell you why. Somebody was upset about the diversity in the game. Nikki Infinity, this gacha game about how your clothes give you powers. Mind you, if we're talking about the diversity in the game, there are creatures that are, I don't know, like they're not people, right? Yeah. They're made out of magical yarn or made out of messed up clothing, right? Yeah. Like there is NPCs that are people, mind you.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and I will say all of them are white. But I'm of two minds about this. I think the complaint is silly because you're playing as Nikki. You're not playing as a self-insert character, and you can change her skin color. There's a whole 3 patches. You can, be white, brown, or black. But what I more think about this is people were looking for something to grab onto.
Yeah.
Like they sought out that opinion because it was on some Nikki Infinity's Reddit, right? So like you would have to be part of that Reddit to see it. Like I feel like people go and look at the dumbest person and then make 20 videos about it. Like one tweet. It just has to be one tweet, one subreddit. And they're making videos acting like everyone acts like this.
Yeah. Yeah. They hear one thing and then they just run with it.
Yeah, and it's not even like, as somebody who plays the game, I never even heard about this until it was like made into videos. Like it's one person's opinion. Is it really that crazy? Maybe they care about diversity. Okay, well, I can take their opinion with a grain of salt and move on. But like pretending it's this big fucking deal is wild to me. And I feel like that's what the culture war has basically become.
Yeah. Yeah. And then also to the effect of if there's like you said, there's like species or other subsets of like, random species in the game. And then all of a sudden what they'll do is they'll pick apart each species and be like, oh, well, this species represents this type of this group of people. This does this and this does this. So if we're doing that with these, then why can't we have a black person, a brown person, in the game as well? Like, so it's like just that mindset of I heard this opinion, now it's clicking me into diving deeper into something I don't need to dive deeper into.
Didn't they do that with D&D or something where they were like orcs represent black people or something along that lines?
Was it Lord of the Rings, I think?
Okay, maybe that's what I don't remember. It was some of that nerd shit, guys. Come on now.
Yeah. But yes, you're not wrong. And then if you really look into who wrote Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, he based a lot of his a lot of the book on like very popular literature like Beowulf and even Mein Kampf is in there. Like Hitler and Jesus and so he used, this is one of like the first like biggest pop culture like smash into one thing, and he kind of did it in that way. So there's truth to it and there isn't truth to maybe he did make the orcs this, but then people they'll run with that stuff. And I can't speak on anybody else's experience but my own. And if that really does upset somebody that is their favorite game and they can't like go up to a black person and be like, hey, let's be friends. Like if that is somebody's true honest feelings and opinions, then that sucks, because support and representation is very important, I think. And not everybody thinks so. But I also don't think we need to dive headfirst into attacking everybody for everything.
Right.
Or, a game or a book or this or that.
Todd said you probably know this. Roger Clark, who did the motion and voice for Arthur in Red Dead, keeps getting harassed by fans on his live streams, all because they want to know about GTA 6.
Yeah. I love Roger Clark. What? And he's a gamer. A lot of the dudes that did Red Dead are gamers. And then they've talked about it was GTA 5, the other guys, Franklin and Mike. they would do streams and stuff, and they do video games, and they would talk about how the guy that played Trevor would actively get mad at people for
Really?
bringing up, oh, you're Trevor, oh, you're Trevor, because he was a serious actor guy, and
Well,
he was kind of salty about, oh my God, I made so much money from this video game, but I've done all these movies.
right. And actually, the funny thing about that is he was really, really good. He was in The Walking Dead. And he was
Yeah.
like Negan's right-hand man. Like, he was a good actor.
Yeah.
But like, you got to be proud to some point, right? Like, I know that's probably the role you're known for, but like, I feel like there's got to be some pride there.
Yeah. He also hated that people love Trevor so much because Trevor's like the
Piece of shit.
shittiest guy. Yeah. And but like Roger Clark, I understand why people are doing that, but I mean, he might have absolutely nothing to do with GTA 6. He might
Would he
have
like
something to do with it. I mean, him just being a voice actor, I'm sure. I know he does a lot of stuff. So it's like for Red Dead, I had lost all hope for Red Dead 2. All hope. And so when it finally came out, they had to keep that secret for a very, 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 very long time.
Oh, that
would
be so hard.
Yeah, they were doing lines for like 7 years. I mean, I waited on, I think it was 10, maybe not fully 10 years for Red Dead 2. I remember crying. I'm just going to say that. I remember crying when the first trailer dropped. And they weren't even calling it Red Dead Redemption 2. They were calling it something different.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so, and he had an idea of what it, I mean, he knew after doing it for a while what it was going to be, but he had to keep his mouth shut. I mean, they also do sign NDAs. Like,
right.
All these voice actors know what they're doing, you know, and they know it for a long time, because then all of a sudden you drop your lines and then you know this thing is going to come out, but it can't come out for a long time. So
that would be so hard.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks that they are, but they're gonna ask about GTA 6. I really don't think it's gonna be a good game.
Really? Oh, now you have to explain why.
I think it's gonna be just like another highly anticipated game that falls flatter than it should. It's already seen PlayStation 3, 4, 5, and 6 now is going to come out soon. So when you get games like that, like let's talk about Duke Nukem Forever, because it took forever to make.
Right.
Came out, total piece of shit. So, and that had gone through the same thing. It had seen so many different systems. And so when you see that many systems and that much graphical, audio, all those changes, then you have to really hone in on what system you're really gonna want to put out there, because once you start constantly tweaking it for the system, that's where you run into issues. And so it could be, you know, a great game. I just find that when a game takes that long to make, it doesn't have a good track record of actually being such a amazing show of game. I mean, Red Dead did it was 10 fucking years, but they also didn't announce it every 6 months.
Right.
Like, they announced Red Dead, it got pushed back twice. And yeah, I was mad, but I mean, I was like, but I want this game to be perfect. And it was fucking perfect for me.
And when you see, there's a lot of times, like Todd said, it's been in development hell.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't see them dropping the ball after having such a tried and true franchise, right? Like, I just can't see it. Maybe, but like, after GTA 5 is, I mean, still one of the most streamed games. It might be one of the biggest sellers. I don't know if it was that or Minecraft, but I know it's up there. Like, I can't imagine them dropping the ball for that. I just think that there's no way possible. I know they did come out and say that they were going to be like, more sensitive towards minorities,
I didn't see that.
or like I could be misquoting, but it was like towards queer people and towards minorities. And that's one thing about that game that's a little weird, just because that game's always poked fun at everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that game is you know, there's a reason there's so many clones of GTA. There's a reason. And then Saints Row, people loved that because you can be even crazier. And then there's Postal that people loved, even though it was banned in a lot of places. But it's that overt chaos, just shooting cops and running people over. I've run some people over in that game, but I've never actively gone on some type of crazy killing spree. Like, never. I do the missions, I run around, I grind, I get money, but like, I've never been in the camp that just has to cause a bunch of chaos. Like, if I get a 1-star cop rating, I'm like running towards the parking lot to hide. Like, I'm ducking and dodging all the cops. Like, I don't.
I actively make it my mission to get 5 stars.
A lot of people
like do. I want the helicopters. I want the whole 9 yards. Like, I want it all.
And the funny thing was my mom wouldn't get me Vice City because of everything surrounding GTA at the time. Because you can kill a bunch of cops. And so, but again, I was like, Mom, I actually want to play the story. Mm-hmm. Like, I know that doesn't sound correct, but I just want to play the story because I played it at so many friends' houses that I could only get, to a certain
so far.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how we found Arkham Asylum. We were at somebody's house and they had it and we just started playing it and we were like, oh my God, this game is amazing. This game is so freaking amazing. And Arkham just blew up after that. So, GTA, I don't know. I just have a sinking feeling 6 isn't going to be obviously it's not going to be what everybody wants. There's going to be ugly girls in there, guys.
Oh my God. There's going to be girls, period.
Right. There's going to be things that, will definitely get the culture vultures stirring, but I just don't see a lot of success with games that take this long, especially when graphics are such a big thing and this and that.
And the updates. Yep. And Todd said same thing happened with Cyberpunk, but the issue with Cyberpunk was initially it launched to such issues, but I know it shouldn't have launched then, but if you waited long enough, it did end up being like a really good fucking game.
Yes, and the problem with Cyberpunk, again, as he said, originally 2013, didn't come out till 2020. And I remember seeing the first trailer for that, and it looked and it was so different from what it actually was. Like, when we were watching the Game Awards, when I was watching trailers, I was parsing it like that in my mind. Like, there were. It was the Dark Souls, the one everybody was getting hyped up for, the one that had 1, 2, and 3 in it, and it was like going to be a live service thing, blah blah blah. That to me had a lot of similarities of Aliens, Colonial Marines, where there were some games in the awards that seemed like there was no gameplay trailer or no gameplay, and that was done kind of purposefully, or recycled used things, or an old boss that was like it. Just there were a few games that screamed to me, oh, these are gonna fucking suck.
Right. Mo. Oh wait, the story continues. Now Mo's nervous because we figured out the whole story. That's what it is. That's what the emoji means.
Yes.
I figured you out, Mo.
Yes. That's sweating from taking a big poop.
That's exactly. We're on to you, Mo.
We're on to
you. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, well, I know people like Cyberpunk. Now, I can't personally say I got super far into it, but Pika just says it functions. That is not a compliment.
No, it shouldn't. Yeah, that's the bar. The bar has been set.
No, we see you, Michael. I'm sorry.
We're just boring today too. I'm sorry. Also, shit, we're on site. So Fallout 76 came right after Cyberpunk's big disaster, and it functions now, and people love it. But there was a period in time where it wasn't working. Everything was broken. People were overusing that nuke system, and then all of a sudden microtransactions and subscriptions for the game, which were really, it was really crazy what Fallout 76 was doing. So yeah, there's just so many of those games. Again, Duke Nukem Forever is one of those games, but that never saw success. I think I could be wrong about that.
You are fine. It is a fucking trash truck. It is fine. Oh my god.
I miss my puppy.
Chill. Oh my gosh. Scared of everything. Literally everything. But yeah, I and then that also happens with movies too. It's kind of the same formulaic shit when like look at Borderlands.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Chill. You good? All right, you're good. Mo! Now you're just bored again.
That's another poop.
Oh wait, that's the end of the poop, right?
Yes. Yeah. Feeling satisfied with yourself.
Yep. It's the satisfaction of your giant ass dump.
He's just sitting there. Or he's still there squinting. We're unsure.
On his phone playing Candy Crush and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Next one's gonna be like a rainbow or a pot of gold or something.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I love how we're totally gonna get through our bingo cards and make new bingo cards. And then you just never get to the new bingo cards because when you get two women together, they don't shut up. Don't you guys know that now?
We set our expectations a little high, but don't we always?
Yep. So next time we'll definitely do the bingo cards.
Yeah.
I you know what? That's okay because I was gonna do it on the fly. Now I can actually think about it.
Yes.
Because I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna say.
Right. And we kind of, need a little bit, just a little bit to like see how the first week of 25 starts.
Exactly. Robert said his prediction for me is I'm gonna run out of cozy, comfy games and to play that controls focus and you'll go crazy. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I think it's very possible that it'll happen, and then I'll find a new game and I'll be happy because I
think Rivals is gonna have like tournaments or something, and you're gonna crush it.
Oh, I cannot wait to play Rivals as a group because I think it's gonna be like so much fun, just like what we experienced at the very beginning of Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League, but just better.
Yeah, it's it is on the different side. It's like, because Marvel's came out with that terrible fucking game that I can't ever remember the name to, and they could have been the next
the Avengers or something.
Yes, and then Suicide Squad. So it's like now Marvel Rivals is exactly kind of Suicide Squad and that Marvel game put together and done right.
And it's so cute. I love the designs. Like I love the okay. See, cool. We knew it, Mo. Mo's finally done with the shit.
He's done. That's an actual real picture of his poop.
Yep.
Happy to be out.
And all. Oh my god. Never compare Rivals to that bad game. Yeah. That's fair. But I just think it's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, guys, we are gonna wrap up. We will do our 2025 bingo cards next year, but at least I got a bingo. Woohoo.
Huh?
I said I got a bingo. Woohoo.
I know, that's awesome. And I did get that last one. But yeah, I got no bingo.
Oh, yeah.
I did get a lot of X's though. So, odds are in my favor.
That's right. I mean, you got a lot of X's. It's just how we place them on the card. So, I mean,
That's kind of a
I feel like
50-50 split.
bingo. There we go. There we go. Cheating is allowed.
I got a bingo with a speed bump.
With the booty.
Oh, we should have done a free square too next time.
Oh, I didn't even think about a free square.
We're dumb.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna
God.
write that down if I could find a piece of paper, but I can't.
Mo, you are out of control. You are shitting again. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
I'm so sorry you're going through this, Mo. I'm sorry. Oh my
We do
God.
not want to hold your hand through this process, but
Oh my God. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, wait, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. I'm going to start a game called My Side. And
Ooh.
it's like a horror. It reminds me of Doki Doki. It's like horror where this guy gets transported into this like mobile app, and it looks really cool. It looks really, really cool. I'm excited
like
to play it.
Simulacra almost.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
But with Doki Doki aesthetic.
And what is it called?
My Side, MISIDE.
Okay, I'm gonna look at that. I'm sure there's some cool trailers out there.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool. But we will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.